National Coloured Congress Member of Parliament Fadiel Adams is expected to return to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry in Pretoria this morning. Adams, who started to testify yesterday, is facing further questions about his role in the investigation of senior crime intelligence officials. Well, let's now hand it over to Sakina and Canny Maphanga, who are at the Commission for the latest developments. Sakina?
Thanks, Leanne, and welcome back to the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. Canny, day 163 today, second day for Fadiel Adams. And of course, he had promised to drop some bombs, and we're still waiting for the bombs. But the important thing with Fadiel Adams is really that Section 27 referral. Yes. And the chronology of events, given the urgency with which he seemed to move on from one space to another. He alleged that his dockets went missing. But if you look at the timeline, that seems like within a day that allegation was made.
Absolutely, Sakina. You see in his initial statement, he addresses issues quite vaguely, but quickly takes aim at Sami and KZN Top Cop Lieutenant General Kamwendo. But at the core of what Fadiel Adams needs to deal with is the Section 27 referral affidavit and the events that precede it. That timeline is very important because the overall allegation is that he was allegedly, for lack of a better term, basically the foundation that would allow IDAC to give birth to these alleged manufactured cases that really had one specific target. And it ties into other themes and other individuals overall into the investigation. So he looks at this as something that he can hide behind, oh, this is a possible investigation. But there are many clues in his conduct that actually feed into the very narrative that is being spoken about with respect to IDAC. It's about testing whether or not he was aware of it and if he was actively, allegedly playing a role in it. Because there is no way that you get a document under your door, you get the impression that it should be opened as a case, you then open a case in one province, and within hours open another case in a different province, and then you get told that your dockets are intercepted and the only person who can corroborate that story is now late. And all of this appears to be alleged groundwork in order for you to turn to IDAC as the final tool. So it would have meant that you would have known, allegedly, that what these cases were did not engage the mandate of IDAC, and you would have used this excuse of, oh, you've exhausted all options within the criminal justice system and there's alleged corruption, they're intercepting your dockets, and now you have to turn to IDAC for assistance. And then it gives birth to this particular conduct, which is allegedly unlawful, highly irregular, and allowed IDAC to abuse its powers to effectively target high-ranking generals. So this questioning that Fadiel Adams is now facing has all to do with the intentions behind the events that precede this Section 27 referral affidavit, because that's where you'll find the answers into what his alleged role is. This has very little to do with fighting corruption or being an activist or getting information all the time. It's the manner in which you do things and the kind of true objective that you were trying to achieve, because there's no way that you open a case and expect that a provincial commissioner will have an answer for you immediately, within a day. That cannot be the case. Even if
the dockets are said to be missing within a day.
It just seems too suspicious for things to have taken place that way. It appears to be allegedly laying the groundwork to say, well, I've exhausted all options on this side, I have no choice but to now turn to IDAC. And that's really where this line of questioning, I think, is going to head to. It's about testing whether or not there's any true intention or true purpose behind the opening of those cases. Everything that takes place is quite bizarre, quite strange, and it seems that it was never about those cases being investigated under the initial case numbers, but it was allegedly about ensuring that those case dockets get transferred to IDAC so that this can take place that we've seen in terms of Project Diversion, which we've already seen highlighted as allegedly highly irregular. The only thing that's really hanging in the balance is whether Fadiel Adams actively allegedly played a role in this alleged orchestrated attack.
And no doubt today will go a long way in determining some of the answers to those questions. And of course, we'll bring you some analysis on this matter. And we have Professor Akubu and Mike Boles coming through. So we'll extrapolate a little bit more from them in terms of that evidence from the National Coloured Congress leader, Fadiel Adams, here at the Madlanga Commission. Back to you, Leanne.